Hi, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me again. And today I am having what I call a studio day, which is basically spending the day in the booth behind me. So that's my Kube Isolation booth, and that's where I spend a lot of time doing auditions, recording work for my clients, and also running my live sessions as well with clients. So I spend a lot of time in there, and I'm not necessarily out and about marketing myself, meeting people, going to face-to-face casting calls and that kind of thing. So for me, finding work on the internet is really, really important, and using websites is a key part of how I find work. So today I'm just going to talk to you about the best and the worst websites for finding voiceover work. So join me as we have a look at all the different websites that are out there.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I've been a voiceover artist now for over 8 years, working with some of the biggest and smallest brands in the world. Join me as I share my voiceover journey, the highs and lows of working for myself, all while enjoying life to the fullest. Welcome to the Voiceover Diaries.
So the first one that I'm going to look at is, I would say, the most popular or most well-known voiceover website in the world, and it's called voices.com. And I've been a member of it now for a few years, and it has actually been really good, and I can highly recommend it. So there's a few ways that you can join the website. You can join voices.com as a free member, and then you'll get obviously less work than somebody that's paying, or you can join the premium membership, which is $499 at the moment, or you can go for their platinum membership, which is something like $2,999. And obviously the quality and the amount of work you get will depend on the amount of money that you're paying to be part of the platform. So I have the premium membership, which is the $499 one, and you can see on my screen here, I'm just going to show you some of these auditions that have been coming in overnight, and you can see that they're a sort of reasonable amount of money, $250 to $499 per job. 23 people have auditioned for this job already, and then there's some sort of less sort of high budget ones at the bottom here, $100 to $249, but you can see that there's a good amount of work there, and there's plenty that I can be auditioning for. So for me, voices.com is a good website if you want to start out and get some really good work coming through to you. Another point that I would say about Voices that is quite a good point, especially if you're starting out, is all the money from clients goes into what's called sure pay. So sure pay is where clients have to pay the money for your work that you're going to do before you actually start the job. And then you agree on this amount, and the money's held in sure pay until you complete the work. And then it's released to you when the client's happy with the work that you've done. So that's great because it means that you know the money is sat there, and you are going to get paid for the job. But the downside is Voices do take a 20% cut of all the work that you do. So that can add up to quite a lot of money over time, but equally they're a really good source of work. So it does kind of balance out. So Voices is a great one to be starting with. So another website that I would recommend is voice123.com. And this is one of the best ones, I think. And I think it's the first one that I started with because you can have a free membership on this to start you off and just see how it goes. And you can get a few auditions coming in. And when you're starting out, it's great because you can just be practicing and you can be doing all these different auditions, and it might lead to something, or it might not, and it's just good practice. And they have 4 tiers of membership on this one, so you can pay anything up to $600 a year to be a member of Voice123. So I have a sort of mid-range membership on this one, and it brings in a reasonable amount of work each day, and there's a few auditions that come in every single day from this website. And Voice123 is great because you can see that clients have favorited you, which is really nice to know, and then they might come back to you for future work. If you don't win the job on this particular audition, you can see which of your auditions that they've liked, and that can be quite a nice boost to see how you're getting on and what's going down well with the clients. So Voice123 is a good one. And Voice123 don't take a cut of the money that you earn from your clients, which is a really positive aspect, but equally it means that you're responsible for for invoicing your clients and making sure that you get paid. So this can be a little bit riskier because it means that you're in charge of making sure you get that money from your clients. But in all the years that I've been using it, I've never had a problem actually getting the money off my clients. So as long as you're upfront about what you're charging, the fees have been agreed, then it is a good one. And also, I would say the great thing about Voice 123 is you can use the messaging platform on it, and it's, really great to start off those conversations with clients. But they're really happy for you to come off Voice 123 and have those conversations with your clients completely independently of their website, which maybe isn't a great business model for them, but it's great for us voiceover artists. And this compares to voices.com, who don't allow you to have your own personal website. They don't want you exchanging email addresses with clients because they want to keep it all on their platform. So Voice 123 is quite nice because it means you can move away from that and you can start building those relationships with your clients that are more just one-to-one. And for me, over the years, I've used Voice 123 to build lots of good long-term relationships with clients. So it's definitely one that I would recommend. So some other websites that I've tried out over the years include, Mandy, for example, which is one of the world's sort of best known platforms for actors and voiceover artists and anyone working in production to find jobs. But I gave it a try for quite a long time and it just never really worked for me. I probably got 2 jobs over like a year, so it just wasn't worth it for me. So I cancelled my membership on that one. And another one, Bodargle, again, joined, paid my fee. I think it was a monthly fee that I was paying for that one. Did a few auditions, but didn't get anything out of it. So again, I cancelled that one. And another one that I did think about using is Fiverr. Lots and lots of people use it, but I would say the general vibe on this is that it's bottom dollar work that you'll get. People aren't necessarily advertising jobs that are paid well on this one, so maybe it's a good one to be starting out with, but I know a lot of people in the voiceover community don't really enjoy using it, and they don't really want their colleagues using it as well because it drives the price down on our product. And for a lot of us out there, we've really spent a lot of time and money investing in our business and training and equipment that, we don't want to be doing a voiceover job for $20 when another client recognises our talent and our expertise and they'll be paying 10 or 20 times that amount for the same job. So Fiverr's not really one that I have found very good. But if there's any other websites out there that are the pay-to-play ones that you really enjoy using and that you found lots of work has come to you from, let me know what they are, because I'm obviously using Voices and Voice 123 all the time and they're great for me, but I'd love to know if there's anything else out there that you would recommend. So now we move on to the websites that you either get asked to join or you have to pay to join them as a kind of professional voiceover artist. So you pay and you have to kind of tick a few boxes as to what your expertise is and what kind of studio setup you have. So Voquent is one that I've been a member of for a few years, and you have to go through quite a few hoops to be able to join. You don't actually have to pay to join Voquent, but they do have quite a high standard, so you probably would need a professional recording setup. So you need a decent microphone and you need a decent environment to be recording in. So jobs on Voquent are few and far between, and when you do win them, their customer service is excellent, and I can highly recommend working with them because their producers are absolutely lovely. And I mean, I've got a profile on here that I've had set up for a few years. I'm happy with it. I've got a good amount of my personal samples on there. Hopefully I get some views. I don't know. I can't see who's looking at my profile on this one. So the results are I've had some decent projects out of it, but it's not a regular monthly thing. It's more of a once in a blue moon. But the other good thing about Voquent is when you do work for them, not only are their producers really, really lovely, but they also pay incredibly quickly. And they are the fastest payers, I would say, out of any of the websites out there. Quite often, it's on the same day that you complete the job, which is unheard of. So well done, Voquent. It's very, very good. So another one that I'm a member of is Voice Archive, and I saw that they were advertising on LinkedIn for professional voiceover artists to join their platform. So I joined the platform, and again I had to jump through a few hoops. There were quite a few studio tests. I had to demonstrate my capabilities, my expertise, the quality of my studio. So you do need to be at the professional level, I would say, to be able to join Voice Archive. And again, the jobs are fairly regular. It's more a few a month, not massively well paid, but usually they want you to do one take. They don't want you to do any processing, so they'll just ask you to take the mistakes and the breaths out, which is fine, but that's it. You just send over the raw audio, which, you know, is great because it means you spend less time on it, so it's okay that they pay a little bit less. And again, the customer service with Voice Archive is brilliant. I cannot fault them. They're so lovely to deal with. So that's another good one. And another one, Voice Bunny. So this is actually one of the first websites that I ever heard about from another colleague who was in voiceover work and had been doing it for years. And she said, oh, I just use Voice Bunny all the time for all my work. So I was quite intrigued and I joined. And this is one of those ones that you don't have to pay, but you do have to go through the hoops. And again, you have to demonstrate your expertise and quality of studio. So I joined, and I've literally had one job from Voice Bunny over the last few years, so I don't know if my profile's not optimised. Let me know if you're on Voice Bunny and if there's something I can do to get more jobs coming in. But I did win one job recently and it was well paid. I'd say the only funny thing about Voice Bunny is the money took a while to come through and their payment system is pretty clunky. But again, if I'm doing something wrong on this and you've got some tips on how to use Voice Bunny, let me know. The final one that I would like to talk about is Great British Voices. And again, this was a recommendation from a colleague who had been using it, and she said, I've only won one job out of it, but it was really well paid, and they're really lovely people to deal with. So agreed. They are really lovely people to deal with, but I'm yet to win any jobs on it. So I shall report back and let you know how I get on with that one. And Great British Voices is one of those ones that's a combination. You have to pay £100 to join the platform, and you also have to demonstrate that you've got good capabilities in your studio. So it's a bit of a hybrid one, that, but definitely recommend Great British Voices. Websites are, for me, a key to finding work because I am stuck in that 1 metre square booth a lot of the time, and I absolutely love it, but you do need to use the websites to find your work and to build those relationships with clients so you end up getting repeat work coming back again and again. And that's really what's transformed my business, using the platforms in the first place, then building those long-term relationships with clients, and then they come back to you again and again. So I would definitely recommend exploring the websites, seeing what works for you, and let me know if there's anything out there that I haven't mentioned, because I would love to hear about it, because I'm also trying to improve my offering all the time, and also I just want to find more work because I love what I do, so let me know. But it's also really key to say that using websites is just a part of the marketing puzzle when you're a voiceover artist or when you're self-employed in general. Using pay-to-play websites is great, but you do need to be marketing yourself in other ways. But that's a whole other video. So let me know if you've got any questions or if there's anything else that you're not sure about that I've spoken to you about today. And I will link all of the websites in the description below so you can check them out for yourself. So I shall see you in the next video.